that position in the playoffs, and every victory matters. Looking at this though, like you say, right, Deboosters, they've got to get that tempo up.
Oh, looking at the items. This is a level 1 Roche attempt, I'd say. Yeah. Gloves of Haste on Ursa and Blightstone. Let's see if PSG LGD gets a good read on it.
Well, they saw the Mars. Evo and P1, they're lurking out towards the mid lane, and there's no one from LGD near the Roshan pit. It's been a while since I've seen one of these.
It's been forever, because you just don't get enough XP. There is a Vord that I believe it scouted out Treant coming in.
Ooh, could they know?
Chill, bro.
LGD
yeah, gotta keep them busy, spam something, do whatever. Malik using healing salve on himself while Treant is tanking.
Nice
it's
micro.
26 Fury swipes, so extra 25th. 250 damage, up to 300 right now. Blightstone.
They're doing it.
They are doing it. Jin Q. They are not aware. That was so close. Like that Treant coming in, it was on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one way to unsettle LGD, it's getting level 1 Roshan. Deboosters. I share it across 3 heroes. They are halfway through level 1. They've got the Aegis up on Malik's Ursa Warrior. And that's put them in a really sick spot now to come out this laning stage.
Absolutely, and look at the items that they're bringing. Quelling Blade, 6 Tangos, and Ironwood Branch, and also Ursa does have Gloves of Haste. It's a lot of commitment, like you need to start with a different item build, but they've done it. Well, it's a good way to, like, just to boost yourself a little bit, you know, even though they are called Deboosters, boost the morale of the team. I like the name Deboosters. That's what I do when I play my pubs. I deboost my own account.
Just keep deboosting. It's a great, victory for your morale, and all these little victories matter. Up against LGD, you've got to take every W you can. A few little things here that's kind of interesting, right? Ursa and the Snapfire are up top. And LGD have also done a bit of a lane swap where they've put Arme, that position 1 Spectre, down bottom. What kind of matchup are they trying to look for or avoid?
They did not want to play into Ursa. That's all, because Ursa would put a lot of pressure. This is something we don't see. Like, they needed to adjust the lanes on side of Deboosters, because like you have this Ursa, usually you would think it's the safe lane hero, but Pleb on the Nature's Prophet. Pleb has been amazing. He was playing for Chillax this and the previous tour, now known as DGG, and he's a super solid carry. Like, this guy can carry the games.
Yeah, he absolutely can, and on a Nature's Prophet, he's going to be bringing that early tower push tempo and, of course, scaling with the Furion. Really nice stat gain and ability to build those right-click items, and not just rely on the Ursa to do that physical damage. It's honestly a really well-rounded draft. They've got team fight, catch, kill, physical, magical. Everything seems very nicely set up for them.
They even have a decent lockdown for Puck. We're talking about the Grip. We're talking about the Nightmare into Spear potentially coming out from Mars. Want to see what Pleb is going to get this game. I wouldn't mind seeing straight-up Orchid, even though the other build was a bit more popular lately, where you just get Gleipnir straight away.
So far, keeping tabs on Arme. ACS isn't bad. Still doing a great job. Evo, all right in that mid lane against the Puck. Mars always has incredible matchups no matter who he's against. Just the raw right-click power, his attack animation, everything's pretty nice. Along with the double wave-clearing spells he's got with God's Rebuke and the Spear. And Bane, of course, just going to have to try and keep that Prophet in the lane. Well, it does look like Enchantress slipping around in that jungle, farming small camp.
Oh, this is exactly what you want from your Enchantress. I mean, he is doing a good job just getting the...
On the tower with the Avalanche. Malik dropping low as well, but Mad Frog, the one to die. And Faith Beyond grabbing that first blood early on.
Malik wants to die. He wants to be able to deal as much damage as he can. This is not Aegis, you know, because it's level 1 Roche, so it's mostly about getting that trade, going back to full HP, full mana.
Yeah, and the thing with taking level 1 Roshan, of course, you're going to have that second Roshan come up so much faster than really you expect, and it offsets your expectations in the game. You know, LGD, you just get used to this kind of rhythm of, okay, you know, 20 minutes in, they'll try Roche, then 10 minutes later, there'll be another Roshan.
But you know what, Gary? It's completely different to what it was before, because second Roshan now gives you a Shard. So potentially, we could have like 8-minute Roche, 10-minute Roche, and someone picks it up. Let's see who would be benefiting a lot from
Ursa's shard is great. I think it's probably one of the best ones in this game. You know, Mars is all right.
Yeah, if you get the one for Snapfire, that's pretty good. If
nice
you get one for Profit.
Oh yeah, they've got some really. It's going to be.
I don't
There's
think
going to be a battle within the team to try and figure out who gets it.
What happens even? Because you can buy shard at 15 minutes. Maybe if you get a shard, it doesn't even work.
No,
because I have not seen it.
I'm pretty sure it does. You know, we were playing in a caster stack a couple of days ago, and Lyrical, you know, they were on a lost streak, so it's pleb TPing out. They were looking for ways to win a game.
Oh, good Hurricane.
Good little drag back there. P1 does have a little extra regen to keep himself fine on that tier 1 tower. Yeah, it was Lyrical's plan to try and get a victory. It was like, guys, let's just do something. Dang, let's go level on Roshan. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just get the shard. 10 minutes in, it's fine. You use it. You got it. It's not locked. It's not disabled. Perfectly reasonable.
Looking at the mid matchup, 33 CS, but a lot of those are small camp, which Puck is farming. Evo's doing a pretty good job, I would say. 24. You know, he's still playing against, nothing to say, one of the best mid laners in the world. He's trying to stack the small camp for himself. Puck could potentially steal that one.
Yeah, absolutely could. I'm very interested to see what Evo does in terms of rotation as well, because he's about to hit level 6. So we could see that move with, you know, a TP up to top. Maybe if LGD get a little over-eager with this dire creep wave arriving at the tier 1. And Death Prophet might be a little out of position. But Mars, for now, he's going to start wandering down towards that bottom jungle. Spots the Y Enchantress.
Ready to go in.
The Alpha Wolf.
Nothing to say, does not want to connect. He's like, I'm going to go for these creeps instead. And look at the way he's using Orb on a mid lane. He nukes the mid wave and also nukes the small camp. So pretty efficient.
Absolutely perfect efficiency. Yeah, 45 CS.
Next Roshan may respawn in 2 minutes. We just started the game.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, I did get that level 1 Roshan on Deboosters. Malik's already spent the Aegis, as he's been left to his own devices now. Top rune illusion, but in that bottom rune spot.
Good juke.
The arena comes out, the coil's in on them, and Mars about to die. Does get a courier kill on his way out there. A couple of couriers falling, in fact. P1, Jin-Q, and Wise Courier dying along with the Evo Mars. And P1 on the run back away from the rest of LGD, but the toss forward, that should be able to catch the Bane. Even with a Nightmare there, the Alpha Wolf will take his life.
And taking off some pressure from Spectre. Spectre's about to hit level 6 right now. It's a long cooldown. It's 3-minute long cooldown on Haunt. And it's also mana consuming. 150. Spectre just doesn't have enough mana. One of the reasons why Ame is going for Ring of Pass. Yeah, I see that more often on the carries or even just the casual Sage Mask to be able to get some mana, not so you don't get the clarities. It's all about being efficient. Carry players, they don't like consumables, Gary.
They don't. They don't. And they don't like spending more money than they need to. It used to be a thing, right, the Spectre, a bunch of heroes buying Echo Saber. PA was doing it because they wanted that mana regen, they wanted tankiness, and it seemed nice. As Faith Bian getting ripped limb from limb by Malik, but Spirit Siphon, nice bit of heal. Well, down at bottom, the toss back. Dagger forward from Arme. Why trying to connect in onto this Prophet, but it's basically just creating a barrier, allowing Creep Wave and a couple of heroes to maybe get some damage onto that tier 1, while Prophet and Bane can't defend too effectively. Well, they do back up in the end.
I guess they were giving respect to Spectre's Haunt, because she can come there, but she doesn't have that much mana. Like, you need 300 mana for, let's call that combo. Not that good of a combo. Haunt and one
dagger.
Spectral Dagger, yeah.
Because she's got like 400 mana, there are 150 mana each on those spells. It's not a lot of fun. Yeah, we used to see that Echo Saber, and then it's like, well, if I'm not disassembling into BKB, it doesn't feel particularly good buying the whole thing. So, you know, a Sage's Mask or a Ring of Banshee gives you a very similar
There was a time
amount.
when it was good. Echo Saber into Aghanim Scepter build, and then you went for Orchid, where Orchid had a different build-up.
Evo, he's got some backup coming. Nothing to say, gives him the coil again. He arenas defensively as they try to Nightmare, delay the death of the Mars, but in comes Arme. Straight up, Haunt, back into action, in towards Pleb now. Prophet gets the Sprout out, but nothing to say, just on top of them with a Waning Rift. And his Ghost flying out will find yet another kill for LGD.
And nothing to say, he's not done. He wants another one, potentially.
He can't kill off P1, but he'll orb towards the Ursa. He's level 7 on Malik, but it's just an onslaught of LGD aggression. coming in towards top tower, and Orb forward should be able to get the distance closed in. And a double kill for Puck, turn into a triple maybe here, but it's Faith Beyond to grab up that additional kill. 8-0 so far. LGD storming towards victory.
PSG LGD that we are used to see. Like
clean.
One move, yeah, exactly. Clean execution, especially from Fate Beyond. He goes in with the ghosts, multiple spirit siphons running, and he's ready to dive.
Well, P1 looking to try and deboard. Not going to find anything nearby that. He's done a good job so far. He got the ward in behind that bottom tier 1 tower. And put himself in good positions to protect his Prophet and his Mars.
Next Roshan will respawn in a minute, so that means potentially they could try to take it one more time. Cookie.
Yeah, and why? He can either heal off. The coil, though, holding those 2 supports back as Malik does swipe in towards the Enchantress. And Orb across will get the Puck some distance, and there's nothing the Mars can do to help out anymore.
They got the 1 kill. This is it. 1 kill on the hero, 1 kill on Roshan. So they're keeping things balanced. Jin Q.
Oh, Malik, gotta be careful. He does have the enrage still, but you know, a toss back, a bit of damage from that Puck could bring him down quite easily.
All 3 cores from PSG LGD on top of net worth right now.
Oh, they are. Getting all their key items very quickly, like that Witchblade so early on. An enormous amount of damage.
10-minute Witchblade that we're talking about, so you can pretty much solo kill both supports, and like even Ursa doesn't have that much HP, does have enrage, but still needs to be very careful. And they're not building into like any HP items, so for the next 10-15 minutes, I'd say this Puck is gonna have a pretty good time.
Yeah, looks like a free game for nothing to say. I mean, what's going to catch him?
Nightmare,
a grip from Fog.
Potentially Spear, but there's a silence, there's a toss back, there's also global presence from Spectre, and here they go again.
Look who's back! LGD are pinging it out. They know that something's up in the pit. They've scanned it.
Oh,
Malik gets bashed by Roshan. That's not looking good. Arena comes, the kisses land in. That's good damage out from the Deboosters. In towards nothing to say, but he's got the coil and the orb over the top of them. A toss across will help them kill off Malik, but they get the takedown on the Puck. That's a huge kill for them. Faith Beyond and Y, though, pairing up to chase back Evo towards his triangle and away from the pit. And LGD might just steal it away from them.
It was a good combo. Snapfire ulti with Mars Arena. They do manage to bring Puck down. Easy 350 for Snapfire, and there's still ulti running on Dead Prophet, but they need to be careful. It just ran out back to full HP, not enough damage. So, like this Roshan, the way Deboosters are playing right now, like it's gonna get threatened because they know that there is no exorcism.
Oh, nice cookie. Y has a ton of heals though, and Malik, who's just respawned, he turns on towards Jin Q. The spear misses on him, so he has to go for the Earthshock instead. And quickly, Arme moves himself out of the Sprout. But it looks like Deboosters going to give up on Roshan for a few minutes now. LGD have brought everybody. They've bought back on Jin Q. P1 denies a regen rune in the middle of all that nonsense. And Roshan stands tall.
Yeah, the standoff. PSG LGD, they're fine with that as long as they have something inside the pit. And here we go. The Vision battle is going to start. Treant just not protectors, they're just called Treants from Nature's Prophet. And also Y will be sending out his creeps inside the pit to see if anyone's going to go for another attempt. Malik, yeah, pretty standard Ursa build, even though from the offlane, like it's very difficult to go for different item build. So going for casual Morbid Mask gives you that sustain. You can farm the Ancients, and now going for the Fusel Blade, very close to it, just 400 gold away.
Right, not looking too bad. The net worth of the Radiant, yeah, they're behind LGD, but they're not massively behind. They're still going to get their items up and running.
Haunt on the mid lane.
They're trying to kill off Malik's Ursa. And nothing to say in Arme pairing up together. Now looks like Deboosters thinking about pushing out top tier 1 tower. Would give them a bit more room around the Roche pit and a bit more land to play into up top. They're currently very passive and setting up with P1 bottom. He's got Nightmare Grip, so plenty of time to set up for TP reactions.
Oh, Jin Q is going to be dead for a very long time. He did buyback in the previous fight, so 40 seconds. 53. All right.
53 seconds. There is a trade, though. Nothing to say. He was able to arrive in time. A little unfortunate that Deboosters weren't able to use this distraction as a Roshan taking tool. That's one of those things, you know, if you're absolutely all on the same page, you're like, okay, we're going to gank bottom. 2 heroes will be expended down there. We can maybe go Roche with the remaining 3. A spear into the pit, though, catches White. Kisses, some good damage from Mad Frog. Should be able to find the Enchantress, even though it takes a while. So we'll be there to add the finishing touches.
Let's see if they go for another attempt.
It feels like they've got to. It feels like one of those things where if they... Oh, Arme, careful, buddy. Those Ancients pack a punch. But if you don't get the second Roshan, then it feels like you're kind of resigning yourself to losing the game anyway. So all in, get into the pit. Faith Bian, and nothing to say, straight on to this. Mars, who is silenced, gets the arena out just before he dies, but Ursa, he gets the Aegis. That's what they came for. Now try and fight into Faith Bian. He's still stuck in the arena, but look at Jinkyu, just bursting through Pleb. Prophet gone, Ursa loses Aegis now, and LGD, 5 alive, all surrounding this poor teddy bear. It's no picnic for him, he's dead.
They went all in. I mean, this type of strategy, they try to surprise him. They did at level 1, got the Roshan, and now attempted to go for the second one, picked up both Aegis and Shard. Nature's Prophet did get it, but at what cost? Like, they're losing out so much, and because they were always grouped up around Roche to be able to threaten it. Meanwhile, Ame, with global presence, like, you know that he's going to be joining fights, but he also wants to farm his Aghanim Scepter to have even more global presence.
Yeah, and I'm thinking back to that draft, we were thinking what heroes could Ame pick. We thought about the PL, the TB, the Naga, these illusion heroes, but against the Nature's Prophet, the Spectre gives you that additional ability to stop his split pushing. Get on top of him, make sure he's not shoving out these waves, opening up the map for the rest of his team. Because that is one of the ways to kind of come back from a scenario like this, is controlling the map and finding space where otherwise you wouldn't have that additional farm. 8k lead now for LGD, though, as Deboosters are smoked. Expecting someone to come down bottom to try and shove out this wave. Nobody from LGD anywhere nearby, though.
They have 2 big items coming up, one on Spectre, the Aghanim Scepter that we talked about, and also Puck with Boots of Travel. So even more that global presence. Jinkyu did pick up his Blink Dagger, even though he was off to a really bad start. Did need to buy back in the previous fight. Also, Holy Locket. Why just wants to be like this healing Enchantress. Holy Locket done, going into Shard.
The mobile fountain. The Healbot 2000. Malek running away from top. Looks like he kind of wants to go triangle. But they've moved in towards bottom. They've caught out Arme. He's not going to survive, though. Pleb's going to be out in the open as they toss them back into the avalanche, and they're going to lose a hell of a lot just for killing off this Spectre. Mad Frog about to drop with the Enchantress. Right-click, not finishing him off, just escaping with a sliver of HP. And P1 gets the Nightmare down, well, nothing to say, focuses in towards Evo. He's got a spear and a rebuke, but he's dead to the Witchblade. And P1 trapped in the trees. Oh, is he juking?
He's pretending he's not there. Be quiet, Gary.
I'm a tree. He's one of those little kids in the school play. They couldn't give him a speaking part, so they turned him into a tree. P1, where's he off to? He's found by Y.
Yeah, he already used the TP. Fate Beyond did stop his teleport with Yule's Scepter, but he's buying a lot of time. Look at this. It took them, I'd say, almost a full minute to be able to kill Bane.
They get him in the end. They go up top. Nothing to say in Arme. Respawn with a Spectre, Haunt onto Malek. And Mad Frog being eyed up by Jinkyu. He gets a high ground ward, but of course already used his blink. Well, that's a beautiful courier he's got as well. It's like snow particles coming out of Jinkyu's courier.
Oh yeah, China definitely has best couriers. Like all the particles, all the effects. If there's something in the game,
look at that one as well.
This looks expensive.
It's a little fishy. What's that? What is it? Is it Saturn with the rings, isn't it? Orbital Decay.
Sounds very fancy.
Beautiful stuff. But yeah, they are the cosmetic kings. Wine Faith Beyond down bot. Looking to get in onto this tier 2 tower, unlock the outpost for themselves. And Jinkyu waiting in the fog, ready to strike. And Deboosters, very wise decision to not defend this. One of the most difficult objectives on the map to try and defend.
Game is very difficult for Deboosters, even though like they're scaling. Oh, yeah, this is the power. Having Boots of Travel on Puck and also Spectre with the Aghanim Scepter. So out of nowhere, you show 3 heroes. All you need is 1 to set things up, and most of the time, that's going to be Jin Q.
It's just immediate as well, isn't it? Snap their fingers and suddenly 2 heroes die.
No pun intended. Killing Snapfires, snap their fingers.
No, I didn't think about that, but yeah, good shout.
That's why I'm here. If I'm not the one who's using puns, I
or using
unintentional. Yeah, I'm the one who's using the brain in this cast. That's correct.
I turned mine off on purpose.
So yeah, Mars does have a BKB, so at least he's gonna be having something against Puck, so he will be able to get better arenas. Still, a lot of physical damage from both Spectre and Exorcism. Fate Beyond, super high level, level 15.
Still a good chance, though, for Deboosters to win a couple of fights, though, right? If they get these head-on-head clashes where they're 5v5, they've got arena kisses, and they just can't bleed out kills like this. When Ursa, when the Prophet are dying 1 by 1, you've got these extended periods where you have 1 hero dead for 40, then they respawn, another hero dead for 40, they respawn, and it's just this effect where you're never able to fight as a full squad together.
Map just gets very difficult to play for Deboosters. Extremely hard to get out of the map. They need to bring numbers, otherwise it's gonna keep happening. Look at this.
Do they have any stuns, though?
No stuns yet. It's probably gonna be Manta style into Scotty, into Basher for Ame, but if he thinks that he can get more out of Basher, he might just pick it up, considering how far ahead they are right now.
Yeah, it could work for him. Cancel grip, catch these TPing heroes. Maybe set up and give more time for Nothing to Say's Puck to arrive. Evo doing a nice job, just grabbing the wave. Try and open things up a little better. Like the bottom half or third of the map, not really somewhere that Deboosters can play into, so it's nice to see them coming in towards mid and up towards top. Thinking about that next Roshan in particular, a minute and a half until fast spawn. Yes, it's only 20 minutes in, we've got third Roshan coming. Horn from Arme. They found another freebie. It's the Bane. Can they turn this into more with the arena out? They will blow up Malik. Evo trying to battle with Jinkyu's Tiny, but even the position 4 Tiny's too tanky. Evo about to die and a 5-man wipe incoming.
This was a fight with no exorcism. Like, they didn't even use it, and that's, I'd say, even most of their damage. So, looking really rough for Deboosters right now. Like that.
I'm always curious in these situations, like we see the net worth difference, we see the kill difference, but it feels like XP difference was one of the big things in that fight, right? Extra damage, extra stats, extra points up in your ultis. LGD just annihilated them.
LGD initiates with the Haunt. You see 1 hero immediately dead, so that's 4 versus 5. They reveal everything with Spectre ulti, so that means that they're gonna be able to choose the targets they want to go for.
Is that right? LGD are 22 levels ahead. Oh, there we go. Avalanche toss. Down goes P1 again. 19, 19, 17. Yeah, they are, right?
Try to do math manually.
Yeah, I took a peek at the graph, and it's got the 6,500 XP plus 21 levels.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's pretty ridiculous in a 22-minute game. That's a level a minute.
And someone could get Aghanim Scepter for free from next Roshan.
Oh, who is it?
On side of PSG LGD, Ame already has one. Dead Prophet building one. I don't think you want to give one to Tiny. Enchant. They could meme it up a little bit, get the Sproink going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bounce around a bit. Oh, Nothing to Say has been all over this map. His maneuverability, an understanding of where he needs to be to snipe out these heroes has been spot on. And Pleb on the flip side has been sitting in tree lines the majority of the game. Creating tree and sprouting and just trying to split push. Make a bit of room for the rest of his team. Right now they're playing on a dire vision though. I'm not sure if LGD saw that smoke. They've probably got a pretty good idea of what's coming through this Radiant Triangle right now.
Look at this little fella. Oh, he just died. Never mind. Inside the Roche pit, there was a Kobold scouting things out. Prospecting Aura is the name of the spell, giving 20 gold per minute.
Best aura in the game. Kisses launched in towards some illusions. P1's still dead to it, and Arme doesn't even bloody bother to show up. He jumps in, mantas, and jumps out again. A toss back finds Mad Frog, and it is a dismantling. As LGD handle Deboosters and walk straight into the Roche pit.
Arme's like, cool guys don't look at the explosion. So he goes back, continues farming up. Let's see what's on Roche. It's going to be Refresher, so I assume that one goes to Dead Prophet. Deboosters not in position to be able to contest it. Bottom is being pinged out. PSG LGD, they still want to defend this one.
Don't give away these objectives for free. Look at all that money flowing into the pockets of Nothing to Say. Kaya Sands, Witchblade, going into Lincoln's next with tons of money saved up. They do get on top of Malik. Good two-man avalanche from Jinkyu. The arena just defensive again, and Arme toying with his food. Jumping from Haunt Illusion to Haunt Illusion. Jaunt in and a three-man coil. Nothing to say. He's lashed onto them all. Nightmare there to try and save and delay.
Ash,
but
can he get it?
I don't know if he can. The damage isn't quite enough, but they'll find the Mars instead. Grip is there onto the puck, but it's not going to do much. Evo will try TP
Good
home.
TP from him.
Oh, there's no stuns. You're right. That's a smart move. Gets out of there. So they only lose 3, but when the positives you're looking for at the end of a team fight are how many did we lose? Not great.
It's a lot. Yeah, we talked about Arme's items, whether he wants to go for Scotty or if he wants to be able to get the bashers done. And yeah, one of the fastest Aghanim Scepters on Dead Prophet. Not a really popular item because Dead Prophet, like her popularity has been on the rise, I would say, in the last couple of weeks, but not that like first phase material, at least not from what I've seen.
I'll tell you now, it's popular in ability draft.
Why is that, Gary?
Well, so you can pick damage over time spells, and every time you do damage with a damage over time spell, a ghost comes out and hits them. So you just get a million ghosts flying around and just destroying people.
I'm not ability draft gamer.
You should join us sometime. It's fun.
I'm good for now.
Yeah, you don't like fun, do you?
I mean, Dota's fun. I mean, I can get behind it, but I feel like...
You'd much rather a normal game. That's what you used to.
Other players would be so ahead of me that I would be kind of mad about it.
I know that feeling all too well.
You learn to start on time.
You learn a couple of combos. There we go, Arme. Straight back into it. Jinkyu tags them with the avalanche, tosses an illusion forward. Nice little nightmare there to dodge the damage from it, but nothing to say. Straight back into play on top of Deboosters. Two-man coil, Ursa Snap caught up in it. Arena from Evo. It's on the Enchantress, but look at how tanky Y is. He doesn't give a damn about it. He's taking literally no damage. They can't touch her. The Bambi's invulnerable. LGD diving into that base now. They've glyphed up to try a bit more damage back onto them, but nothing to say. Diving towards Fountain. Gonna phase shift and maybe blink away. The cookie play not gonna land. Well attempted by the Deboosters, but LGD outplaying them every single step of the way.
And also so many nature attendants. Why full HP? Doesn't even have a cloak there, so receiving full damage, but healing it out with both Holy Locket and look at his item, what he wants to go.
Say goodbye.
This is the old school Enchantress build. Going for Armlet.
Oh, very nice.
Was holding on to Refresher for a very long time, and now he's like, Fate Beyond, you want to end the game? Hands him over the Refresher, another Exorcism. PSG LGD, they want to close this one out.
Yeah, and a dieback from Pleb. Gets himself picked off up in that top lane. Arme just cruising now. But we saw the faces of the Deboosters a few seconds ago, and you know, there's a few little smiles there, wry smiles, just trying to hold on to what they've got, defend their base against some of the gods of Dota 2. Malik will kill Jinkyu, and he's absolutely going to be grinning at that one, I'm sure about it. Even if he dies immediately after. Evo caught in the coil as well, but nothing to say. Beyond godlike along with Arme. And right now, you're just going to shrug your shoulders and go, yeah, what can you do? LGD 48-7.
Specifically bought Moonshard just to be able to stop the TPs, because it felt like he got annoyed. Yeah, more attack speed means more chances to bash.
Look at that, the nod of the head. Yeah, this one's over, isn't it? Let the throne fall. All 5 are dead. And LGD gonna close this one out. Go on there, Mad Frog. Get yourself into action. No dive, says Pleb. He's baiting them, goading LGD into the fountain, but they don't fall for those kind of nonsense tricks.
They tried something different. I mean, they did surprise PSG LGD with level 1 Roshan. Try to go